Mac and Don show. What's the word, people? Hey, my man Don is lit. Fresh off work.
Sober AF.
Fresh out the bank, baby.
Fresh out the bank, man.
He's got his what do you want to call that? A pullover?
Yeah, I mean it's a sweater.
A sweater that's not striped.
Yeah. It's
all
never the best time to wear this kind of sweater.
Right, hell yeah. All right. Well, you said you're sober. We're finna crack these up. A little something to stimulate the conversation like we always do here on the Mac and Don show, everybody.
Stimulate the mind. Set your
I got
mind
a
free.
raspberry twisted tea.
I got peach.
Cheers to that, brother.
Cheers, Mac. You're awesome.
Likewise. These things are dangerously delicious.
They're just fucking great.
Did you bring a lighter?
Guess what? I did.
Okay. I thought you were about to say, guess what? No. And then,
It's
and
big.
then, and
It's
then
Big
we're just
D's.
going to go inside real quick.
Big D's lucky lighter.
Oh, yeah, dog. We about to spark up like we always do.
Oh, thank God.
We getting it started before we get it started, you know?
We're unwinding but winding up. We're
Right.
warming up and while also cooling down.
Cooling down. This heater feels kind of good. It's cold outside, everybody.
It's bold again. We're chilling.
We are chilling. I'm shaking it just a little bit. Shaking like a stripper.
Shout out. Shake that. Shout out to Mac for bringing the space heater.
Big facts.
We're moving on up in the world.
Like the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. How's your week been, Don? Let's get it in.
Damn. I'm doing good. I'm actually doing pretty good. Today was a good day. Life at the bank. You know, same old. Another day in paradise. Another day, another dollar. I don't know if you know this, but inflation is fucking us.
I did know.
And it's up 7%. And you would need a 7% increase in your average pay in order to keep up with inflation. So if you didn't get a 7% raise this year, then you are behind inflation. I'm sorry to tell you.
Very true. Very true.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but it's just been on my mind lately. Okay.
That's why.
Anyway.
That's why it's clutch that me and you both have mortgages.
Yeah.
Cause them hoes not going up. Them hoes staying the same.
How about you, Mac? How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man. I can't complain. You know?
Yeah, you can. You're allowed.
Yeah, I can. I'm not going to.
Okay. Fair
I'm
enough.
not going to. Yeah, my grandma passed the other day, so I'm kind of mourning that, but we podding through it. We podding through the pain.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sirski.
rest in peace, because she was an awesome lady. And
Yeah, R.I.P. my grandma. She's the best.
yeah,
She is the best.
yeah.
She's a sweet old lady.
We're all really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but now she's a part of the universe.
We were just talking about her in like the last pod. Like we were talking about how spiritual she was.
Yeah. I was re-listening to a couple pods. I've mentioned her like 3 different pods, like between this one and the other one I'm on.
I was thinking it was funny when you were like, I was asking you to give me an example of the dream she would have, and she'd be like, write this down. I saw a snake underneath my bed. And
Yeah, dead ass.
yeah, and I was just thinking about reminiscing and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just the way life is. You know, everybody got to go sometime.
I hear you, man.
You can't even be sad about it. It's just the next evolution of life.
Yes, sir. And you know what? Like, it's better than suffering. You know what I mean?
Right. What do they say? The Buddhists say life is suffering.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what the Buddhists say.
And you will be set free. And a couple of things. For one, the law of conservation of mass. Nothing can be created or destroyed, so she was just spread out into the universe.
Very true.
And 2, I was gonna say for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if death is, say, painful, then the immediate reaction would be bliss. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
I like that.
So I feel like that's what heaven is like the bliss part of after dying.
Hell yeah. That's dope. Excuse me. What do you think about they say like when people die, like they have like a, you know how they have like they say your whole life flashes before your eyes?
Right.
They say that they also say that like that's DMT going on in your brain.
Like being released?
Yeah. And it's like a trip right before you die.
I think that chemicals, so like it's easy to chalk a brain up to a bunch of chemical reactions, right, as emotions, right. But I think it's a lot more complex than that. You know what I mean? So it's like DMT might be released in your brain, but that's I feel like it's deeper than that. You know, I feel like it's not just a chemical reaction. It's like your body doing a million things a mile a minute, and it's all accumulating into this like, oh, I wonder what, like, I want to review my life, you know what I mean? And then you go through it, because like if you were gonna die and then your life flashed before your eyes, and then you lived your whole life again, and then you went to go die, and then your life flashed before your eyes, and then you lived your whole life.
It's like a loop,
like a paradox, right?
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, like you and I are just stuck in like the limbo between us dying. Like it's just like a cycle, you know.
A whole cycle, an endless cycle.
It's the circle of life.
The circle of life, baby. Yes, sir. I was watching Black Mirror the other day.
Rewatching?
Yeah, I was rewatching Black Mirror the other day. Well, it was Christmas. It was Christmas, and I watched the White Christmas episode.
White Christmas. Is that the one where they block people, and it's that one might be runner up for best episode.
One? Yeah, I was thinking the same shit.
I was trying to explain that to somebody because that, like when you can block people,
and when you can like make a copy of yourself,
and like make them live 6 months, and it's only a second. You know what I mean? Right. Like the concept of that is so crazy.
Right. So they fuck with like. What I wanted to ask you is, do you think it's moral to duplicate your consciousness if that consciousness is going to be conscious?
I think it's completely immoral. I think because it's probably it's no longer you, right? It's you, but as soon as it's separate from yourself, it's no longer you because it's living an entirely different experience, but it's its own entity. You know what I mean? They feel things. Like they might not feel like sensory things, but they experience sadness and emotion. Right. And as soon as
like going back to what you said about matter and energy being not able to be destroyed or created, like how is that new piece of consciousness being created if that law is real?
Because you use things that already exist in exchange. There's an equal exchange for everything. So you have to take something that's already there to be able to create something. I mean, that somewhat makes sense. Right.
But it's still like a little bit of a paradox because it's like you're just kind of making a new piece of consciousness out of nothing. I mean, not out of nothing, but like...
But it feels, you know? And it
right. Like
has complex thoughts.
So
can
it's like,
reason.
So it's like having a brain. Do you think the brain equals consciousness?
Okay. In this much of your brain... Let's say a millimeter.
Right.
There are more connections than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy, right? Mm-hmm. In this fucking much of your brain, right?
Whoa.
So it's like, if that's true, which we have.
It's gotta be.
Right, and we have so many connections going on, and like all of our thoughts are being processed at like a mile a minute. You know what I mean?
A mile a minute.
That's going to be, if I keep saying that, that's going to be the name of the episode. Little do you know, I just put little, like, breadcrumbs for leading us to.
Me too, low key.
Yeah. But as far as consciousness goes, it's very dicey, but I think as soon as AI starts being able to express complex emotions and stuff like that, I feel like we won't, to me, I would feel remorse because I'm human and I'm stupid, you know what I mean? I would feel like if it even could pretend that it was in pain, you know what I mean? Like if you hit it and it was like, ow, you know what I mean?
Right.
I would feel bad, you know what I mean? Just instinctively, like I almost put it in my shout out to, yeah. I just had seen you do it a couple times and then my brain was like, yeah, go ahead.
That would have been tragic.
But yeah, I just think that like, as soon as AI crosses that gray area where there's even a question, if there's even a slight doubt in my mind, I'm gonna like be like, they deserve rights, and you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I might see that as far as rights go. But do you think they like if you reproduce a human? No, not even a human. If you just wanted to replicate a human brain, and like we made it, and it was like it was made out of matter or whatever.
You know, they have successfully done that in like a petri dish.
Right. But does that brain have consciousness?
Yes.
Does the brain equal consciousness? Or is it just a brain?
I just read this article recently about them growing brain cells in a fucking petri dish, and they basically hooked up to like a negative and a positive into a computer, and it plays Pong all day, right?
This is like some Frankenstein type shit.
Dude, it's like Black Mirror, Twilight Zone. Like, it literally upset me. Like, I was like, the Philosophy 101, you read this story.
I'm finna turn this bitch up.
Fair enough. I don't know why you didn't put it on max anyways. It's fucking freezing our fucking cojones off. You know? Fucking, I got icebergs in my fucking pants right now.
I'm just sitting here like, it's a cold night.
Damn.
It's a cold night in the field, everybody.
Don Cheadle is the name we were thinking of. Remember?
Yes!
Where he's like, I'm 56. And
he's like, damn!
He's like, I'm sorry.
The name was on... When was that? Was that the last pod?
It was either Duran or Jalen.
I think it was with Jalen. God damn. He was just on a movie.
Don Cheadle. I remembered it at work and I was pissed.
I already feel this bitch. This shit feels good. Okay.
Hell yeah. Thank you for bringing that. You're the best.
Yeah, we in business, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
We 10 minutes in and we really finna get it in.
Now we're really warming up, folks. Not like we haven't been talking about the galaxy and consciousness. first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Facts.
So, but what I was saying, more importantly, about the brain hooked up to the Pong, so it's literally hooked up to a game, and it can move it up and down, and it can catch the ball and shit like that. And can you imagine? That's how you fucking, like, okay, what I was going to say is, in my philosophy class, we had to read a story about a theoretical situation where a scientist had hooked up a brain to a simulation.
Right.
And basically the scientist is monitoring, and the person in the simulation, let's say he's a guy or whatever, right? And he starts questioning his own reality. He's like, how would I know this is all real? And he's like, this is all real because I can feel things and I can smell things and I can trust my senses, so everything around me is real. And like the scientist observed this, right?
I think Descartes disproved that though.
I didn't know this was a debate. Are you debating?
No, I'm saying
coming in with the heat.
No, I'm saying though, like
I wasn't prepared for.
Like if we're going into a philosophy bag, real quick. Bet. Go. Yeah, obviously you know Descartes, and he was famous for saying like, I think therefore I am. He was like, how do I know I exist if the world can be manipulated? And one of the things he said, he tried to be like, well, I can feel, I can touch, I can smell.
Right.
Just like the scientist is saying.
Rely on your senses.
Right. He was like, well, I can rely on my senses, therefore I'm real. But then he was like, your senses can be manipulated. Like,
yeah.
You see things that aren't there.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have like a ghost touch where you like feel something that's not there.
Right.
Sometimes you smell, like with COVID. Sometimes you lose your smell. Sometimes you
you can't rely on your senses.
Sometimes you smell shit that's not there.
You smell shit. Mysterious poops. Mysterious poops.
Am I pissing?
Am I pooping?
But I'm saying like he kind of disproved that because senses can be manipulated.
Fair enough, and like I totally agree. I think just like shedding light on that theoretical situation, right?
Right.
It's just crazy to think about where it's like, how do you prove that you're real without just being okay with it? Essentially just determining like I am in reality, but there's always going to be a shred of doubt without unequivocal proof and evidence. You know what I mean? There's in the back of your subconscious, you're going to be like, you don't ever feel like you're on the Truman Show or like in a like that episode of Black Mirror where they're in the fucking dating app and shit.
I used to think that like I kind of used to have like a Truman thing where I was like, is this all a show?
And like, are my friends and shit like that? You know?
Well, dang, I didn't think that deep. Sometimes I just think that like, I don't know. Sometimes shit is just so crazy that you're just like, is this like a TV show?
The
or something?
fucking Matrix, just like that. Like, is this person my friend or are they like just a part of the same big fucking network? You know what I mean? The same fucking simulation or whatever.
Dog, I was gonna tell you this, but we should go watch The Matrix together. Been doing
live. Mac just asked me on a date, y'all, and I said yes.
You know,
we going to IMAX. Fuck it.
I keep telling Don we gotta hang out outside the pod. I don't want him to think that I'm using him. just using you every week for this here pod.
For the revenue that we get. I'm gonna have to Joe Budden audit your ass.
Better have an Excel spreadsheet, buddy.
Bruh, what's it gonna say on the spreadsheet, alright?
Alright. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. The Mac and Don show has split.
Hey, yo, wrap it up. It's just the Mac show.
and the Don show. And we have podcast B right now.
We're just sitting here throwing shots at each other. Like, yeah, I bet that dude Don is recording right now.
NWA when Ice Cube left. And it was just easy. And Ice Cube was like, I hope you get raped without Vaseline.
No Vaseline.
I drop a fucking a diss track.
A diss pod.
A diss pod. And I do a Tim Dillon like rant. Listen here, folks.
This is what the podcast community is missing, everybody.
Exactly.
Good old podcast me.
Exactly. Like Cheeto Santino, what's his name? Andrew Santino with Bobby Lee. They have that podcast. He has his own podcast with Whiskey Jr., but they have Bad Friends together. Bad Friends switched with Two Bears, One Cave with Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, and they did each other's pod. It was fucking phenomenal.
That sounds pretty hilarious.
It's Bobby Lee, you know what I mean? And they're all talking shit the whole time, and Tom and Bert are talking to the producer because it's like his sister-in-law, Bobby Lee's sister-in-law. She's like a Filipino girl, and she's younger. And they're like, "Are they feeding you? Or they pay like like no, Bobby doesn't."
0.2 seconds there, I was just high as shit.
This man timed it. This man had an approximate time.
I had to snack myself back into it for a second. Like, it was like,
oh man,
it was like 0.2 seconds. But for 0.2 seconds, I was just like, I was in another world. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Shout out to Mac for giving me the best advice that I ever got while I was high. I was way too high, and I remember just texting him and being like, "Dude, I'm like higher than high right now." I can't remember exactly how I phrased it, but Mac just replied. He was like, "Control your high." Or something as simple as that, and then instantly everything became so clear. Like, I was like, I just got like, I threw a lasso on it and I pulled it tight and the rope tightened. You know what I mean? And I was just like,
hey, Mac's a goddamn Negro spiritual.
Yeah, he's like, channel your chakras.
Hey, nigga, control your high.
Take a bite out of the sandwich.
He's just like.
Yeah. That was Childish Gambino on the fucking bus.
I know.
Oh man, I forgot what we were talking about.
I forgot to. Oh yeah, we were talking about podcast beef. We gotta start beef with somebody.
Max hyped up. He's like, we gotta start a fight. We gotta start mobbing around.
The only other podcast I know out here is Wade's Cereal. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bud?
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey.
Josh is way funnier than us. We can't have beef.
Yeah, I'm like
that man is a one-man show.
Yeah. We're so bad we need two of us.
Right. We need two of us to carry this show. He could probably carry a pod by himself.
Listen, the Dawn show would never work out. All right, let's be real. All right,
it might.
The Mac show will take off. All right.
Crazy. But there's no other pods out here for us to start any beef with.
In our age range, like you were saying, I was thinking about that the other day. Every podcast I watch is middle-aged older men.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Or it's young ladies talking about getting booked. It's like
great.
It's like I feel you. I just don't want to hear it. Yeah, I feel you.
They're just something unsavory. You know what I mean? You gotta leave something to the imagination.
You know what? We
know what I'm saying?
We gonna fast forward through this because I don't like to speak on women on podcasts at all.
Because
I'm gonna fast forward.
We don't want that smoke.
We don't want that smoke.
We want smoke, but we don't want that smoke.
We don't want that smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want that smoke. They were dragging these one dudes. I don't even know what show it was, what podcast it was, but
they ain't even up yet, and they down bad.
It was 4 black dudes, and they was talking about women, and they was dragging them. And I was like, damn, this is why I never talk about women on a podcast ever.
Second best advice that Mac ever gave me.
Yeah,
if you're taking notes on our pod, this is Mac advice number 2.
It's like I was about to go in just now, but I was like, nah.
I take this shit by heart. Okay. This man, he knows his shit. Okay.
Yo, that's a good point though. All the podcasters I know are old as hell.
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
And I wonder what it is about our age demographic that nobody else is doing what we're doing. But I know a lot of people who watch podcasts.
Right.
But isn't there like a cliche where it's like, oh, everybody wants to start a podcast just like everybody wants to open up a bar? I've seen shit like that where it's like,
yeah, I've seen that a little bit.
Everybody wants to start a podcast, yada yada yada. But it's like, who's out there putting in the fucking work? Like, who's out there actually doing a fucking good job? I mean, Wade Serial, he's doing
right, facts.
Right, and I would even say that I can literally genuinely listen to you and what was his name? Remind me.
Patrick.
But
Patrick's like 32.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, but that's not like.
It's not crazy.
Right. It's not like
at least
Joe.
10 years older.
It's not like Ari, Joe, Tom.
Right.
Fucking even Kevin Hart. How old is Kevin Hart?
50.
No way, are you dead?
No,
fucking
I'm
way.
joking.
Okay,
That's just funny.
I
was like, damn.
Yeah, I know. He said 56 for. Don Cheadle's like, I'm 56 now. He's like, damn. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, it's the way you said it. He was so dead serious. That's what that killed me.
And that
bro.
was a genuine reaction.
Yeah,
dead.
And he the way he just like is sitting up like this and he's just like side eyeing the fuck out of him and that's like it's silent and then he's like, I'm sorry.
So funny.
Oh fuck.
All right.
Even Kevin Hart, I feel like he's older than 32. That's for sure.
Yeah. He's got to be like in his 40s. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of podcasters have been like the reason they're good at podcasting is because they have had a lot of life to live and a lot of experiences to lean on that they can speak about. They can relate to people in conversations about. Like, I don't know. You ever been talking to someone and they're into what they're talking about, but you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
As far as like
I can't give you an example.
Not incomprehensible, but they're also just talking about some dumb shit. Is that
but
what you mean?
like they're talking about something, but you just don't understand. You get what they're saying, but you just can't connect. You're just like, yeah, okay.
Right. I feel like that's you with me a lot of the time, low key.
Oh.
I feel like sometimes I can't gauge your reaction, and I'll say something, and you'll just be like that, and I'll just go, you know what I mean, and I'm just like, okay, he wasn't vibing with that.
How
Okay.
the tables have turned.
Or like sometimes I'll try to be pushing a joke on you, and you're just like, I don't know about that one, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be straight up.
Damn, am I a tough crowd? Is that what you're trying to say?
You tell me the truth. You give me the truth, okay?
I can respect that.
Yeah, you definitely are very consistent with the truth. I'll say that.
Okay. I thought you were trying to say I was a bad friend. I was like, oh no. my heart.
My boy Blue.
Hilarious.
Think about the rabbits, Lenny.
Dog. That shit was tragic.
Speaking of retards, I heard that they have special needs people working for like 35 cents an hour at Goodwill, like sifting through the clothes.
35 cents an hour.
I think it's something crazy low like that.
Shipped them to China, they'll be paid a little more.
I know, right?
God damn.
My coworker literally pulled up a fucking
35 cents.
A couple articles where it was like they're getting paid little to nothing.
That's illegal.
Right. Yeah, and they have them sift through all the Goodwill clothes.
Maybe they're getting by because at Goodwill you can like volunteer. Maybe they're not paying them at all. Like, dog, just don't pay me at all. I'll put this down.
Right. Fair enough.
I got some volunteer hours.
Right. But they
don't
have
pay
them
me 35 cents an hour, buddy.
They have them sift through like mounds of clothes. You know what I mean?
Dog. Just don't pay him.
My coworker was like, I'm serious.
Don't pay him.
I know.
Just pay him nothing. Don't disrespect anybody with 35 cents. What is this, 1930? Here's 35 cents an hour. Nigga, what?
What the
What the fuck was that?
Hey, it's the green button because green means go. All right.
Abort mission.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Hopefully we don't get monetized for that.
Okay. As long as it's not the money one, we'll be fine.
Fair enough.
Even though that shit is hot.
I'll never be able to
That
let
shit
that go.
there is super hot fire.
Yeah.
Here comes the money.
Don't hum it too good.
Money
Don't-
time. money. That shit is catchy. Come on now. I almost want to play it, but if you to be playing. All right,
Good
done.
ass.
All right, done. Enough bullshitting. It's been 25 minutes. Let's talk about Ghislaine Maxwell.
It's so funny. That was like the only thing. And luckily we filled.
You know, we could riff for a little bit.
Yeah.
We could do a little something.
Hey, we warming up in here, all right?
We still warming up.
We-
Last time with Jalen, it took, I don't know, maybe it was Deron, but it took like a good hour for us to warm up.
Well, Jalen had that hen dog.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget that shit.
We got real loose with Jalen.
I'll never forget that shit. That was fun. That was funny. That was good times.
Shout out to Juice Man. Shout out everybody that's been on the pods thus far.
And everybody that's going to be on the pod and all of our mad
Facts.
friends.
Big facts. Shout out our bro Elijah. His birthday's on Christmas.
Shout out. Love you, brother.
Hell yeah. All right. Ghislaine Maxwell. She's guilty.
Yes.
5 counts of
Trafficking children.
Trafficking children. That's what all 5 counts are.
That's a good question.
And there's no phones on the pod, so we just spitballing. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
This is why I tried to memorize things before the pod, because I looked at a New York Post and I put it down on a Microsoft Doc, but it was the headline was Ghislaine Maxwell convicted of child sex trafficking, guilty.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
What is it about famous people and kids? Go.
I think they use their youth.
What?
They absorb their youth and it makes them feel young.
Yo, so that's why Michael Jackson looked like he was like mad young.
And he was gonna sacrifice that child. Do you remember?
Oh, his own child? That was
Remember?
his kid.
Remember? Yeah.
I don't remember, but I've seen the video.
You think he discriminates children?
What was that Schultz joke where he was talking about Michael Jackson and he was like, I would let my idol put his tongue in my ass?
Lick my asshole.
Yeah.
Because he said, did you guys watch the documentary? He said, yeah. Did you know that he got in trouble for licking their asshole?
Do we think that Michael Jackson got off because even if he was guilty, we would still listen to his music?
Do I think that goes for everybody?
No. Do we think that goes for Michael Jackson? That does not go for everybody.
My mind instantly goes to R. Kelly, right?
Mine too.
And I'm just like,
They loved R. Kelly too, but as of late,
not so
that
much.
nigga's a weirdo.
How many R. Kelly songs have you listened to recently anyway? Versus Michael Jackson songs?
0. I don't listen to R. Kelly.
0 across the board? Or
I don't listen to R. Kelly unless it's Trapped in the Closet.
what about Step in the Name of Love?
Or whatever that one is on Space Jam.
Fly like an
Yeah.
eagle.
That shit's a bop, nigga. What the fuck?
Fly like an eagle.
Come on now. All right.
Bruh, you and I need to do a song. All right, you and I bet we got to do a song like that. We got to do an R&B song, and then maybe we could do
R&B niggas,
bro. We could literally get like white button ups and like leave them unbuttoned, and then like, no homo though.
Shoot a music video.
Yeah,
Just the whole 9.
yeah, and like it'll be like raining or the wind blowing.
Yeah, it'll be raining, the wind's blowing. We're singing our hearts out to each other. It's on some Boys to Men type shit.
No homo.
No homo though.
No homo though.
Nah,
I'll splash a little water on you.
As long
No
as you,
homo.
as long as you preface anything with no homo, you can do whatever you want,
Partner. Partner. This mountain ain't big enough for the two of us.
brother. This Porsche ain't big enough for both of us.
I don't know if we're both gonna fit in this
We're
tent.
gonna have to become one.
In this here tent, alright?
Dog, you're.
Oh no! Nobody's gonna watch the pod after this.
Nah, it's gonna be like Moonlight, but better.
This man didn't even watch Moonlight.
Of course I did.
Okay.
It was a good movie.
Okay, it was a pretty good movie.
It was a pretty good movie.
I think you remember we were talking about it and Miss C got all sensitive about it.
Oh,
I feel like one time we said something and she was like, oh no, it was about Mr. Nell because his brother is gay. Remember?
What?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that at all. I remember he had a fake girlfriend.
A fake girlfriend?
Remember,
What?
Remember she like lived in California? And then someone was telling me that they saw him out in public holding hands with a fat bitch.
No way. What is this, Shallow Hal? Tell me you've seen that movie, haven't you?
No.
It's fucking Jack Black.
God damn it. We haven't wrapped up fucking Ghislaine Maxwell. Alright, what is it with Jack Black and kids? You gotta tie it back somehow.
Alright. What's your opinion?
School of Rock? That nigga was a weirdo.
Damn. What is up with that?
No, I'm joking.
That's also one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah,
so
that's a really good movie. Alright. So,
what do you think about the whole trial not being viewed to the public? Isn't that
isn't
strange?
that how it's supposed to be? I feel like there's some rule where Fed cases aren't some type of cases aren't viewed to the public.
But we can get drawings and then we have to wait till later.
That's why they have the drawings, I guess.
Okay. They're like caricatures. Like it's not even like what she looks like. It's just like
Right. I mean, but like also at the same time we saw that one dude on stand. Like some of them are filmed. Some of them can be filmed and then some of them can't be. I think it might be up to the victims.
Yeah. I don't know how that fucking works.
I don't know how that works, but certain cases can't be.
So you agree with it though?
I don't know if I agree with it, but that's just why.
Yeah, I feel like so you conform me.
I feel like. All right, we got to put on the table on who this bitch is, though.
Right. As far as you mean, Jeffrey Epstein's wife?
I don't
Mistress?
know. I don't know if they were dating. I think they were just in a.
Or is she just like his partner in crime?
I think the way they had it set up was like she like grooms the girls.
Right. For a massage.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she's the booker of appointments or something.
And then DJ diddles them.
And like you gotta impress this bitch to even get in front of Epstein.
Okay.
Like you gotta be like the best 13-year-old on the block.
Right, like
you remember in elementary
no,
school where you were the coolest nigga ever if you were the fastest nigga?
Right. Those are the kids they preyed on.
Those are the kids, nigga.
Mac was the fastest kid. But he couldn't outrun Ghislaine Maxwell, that's for sure. Nor the voluptuous,
no. You remember
sensual
on
hands.
field day?
Man.
Where you were like, nah.
When you put your life on the line.
You were like, I've been waiting all year for this shit. I'm finna get all the bitches after this.
I didn't play no games till
I didn't play
right
no
now.
games on field day.
Till now. Till this very moment when my competitiveness kicked in. And I had to show everybody how athletic I was.
I had to show everybody, nigga. I was waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day all year.
Imagine.
Like, hey, you been talking shit? I'm racing you on field day.
Picture this, right? You're fucking jumping through tires, right? You're going through the monkey bars, right? You jump down, you land into the hands of Jeffrey Epstein, right? Right?
Fucking twist.
He wants to give you a massage, all right?
No, he wants the massage.
What?
Yeah, he's getting the massage.
Okay, fair
He's
enough.
a rich nigga, bro. So
Okay,
he's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
the massages. He's getting the 12
Okay, so
but they gotta go through Ghislaine first. They gotta go
Right.
through her first
to be able to give him a handy, right?
Right. So you gotta be the coolest 13-year-old bitch on the block. You know what I'm saying?
And then also want to get that far. But you have to prey on people who don't have much. As soon as they see money, they'll like it's probably somewhere. Because I remember all the women were like,
I don't know if you care about money if you're a 13-year-old though.
Right, but they were also like a lot of the victims. I think they had like
I swear
situations where they needed help. You know what I mean? So they were like,
I don't know. In the documentary I seen, it was just literally just random bitches coming through.
yeah.
And it would like start out
like
it would start out like, yeah, you're just about to like give this dude a massage real quick, and like in the middle of the massage he just pulls out his dick.
Right. And they don't even tell you, and then you gotta, and then
like you're already there, you already got like 250, and he's just like, hey, you get the rest of this if you can, you know. And then she's just like, fuck it.
right.
This 13-year-old mouth ain't gonna do nothing else.
Because of the implication.
What the fuck was that?
Have you seen that Sunny episode?
What?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Which one?
Uh,
There's like so many episodes.
what's his name is like, oh, I'm gonna take her on a date on a boat because of the implication. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, the implication of being on a boat. Like, if I ask her to have sex with me, then the only alternative is swimming back to shore. Or something like that.
I have not seen that.
And then there's another scenario later where he like puts another girl in like a dangerous situation, and he's like, because of the implication, you know, like they have to say yes.
I think one of my favorite episodes is the episode where what's his name tries to, I think it's Charlie. He tries to convince the rest of them that he's not racist by dating a black girl.
What kind of out of fucking pocket shit is that? You know what we need? We need a Danny DeVito. That's what we need.
We do.
Somebody to just come in and
See, we just need someone that's old on the pod.
is that the key?
Is that the key? We just need an old dude on the pod to just occasionally chime in and be like, you young whippersnappers don't know what you're talking about.
Me and Mac are old souls, though. We're kindred spirits. You know what I mean?
Kindred spirits, for sure.
We've lived many lifetimes.
Oh, yeah.
We're secretly immortal.
I just said earlier I was a Negro spiritual. I'm a half Negro spiritual. Because I'm half white.
Do you believe in voodoo?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you fuck with voodoo?
I don't fuck with voodoo.
I don't fuck with voodoo either.
But I gotta believe it's real to not fuck with it.
For real. Same. I the one thing I don't fuck with is voodoo. I don't fuck with Ouija boards. I don't fuck with.
So you believe in magic? I think I believe in magic.
Ooh. What kind of magic?
Like
Chris Angel? David Blaine?
No. Like voodoo magic.
Pick a card.
Like some Jamaican drug lord type shit.
Oh, okay. I see. Skulls and body parts and blood.
You know, my grandma believed in that stuff too. She would always be like, hey, don't be leaving your hairs in places.
Yeah.
Because that's
No
how
doubt.
they get you.
That's how they get you into a voodoo doll.
Exactly. They got to get a piece of your DNA, I guess.
Yeah. And then they have control of you. I'm afraid of that shit, so I guess I do believe in it.
I never use a brush at a bitch house.
Fair enough. Maybe that's what happened to me. Sorry, that was out of pocket.
Here's the pocket. You just came right out of it, buddy.
I used her brush once. What happened?
We're gonna have to take a transition, everybody. We're gonna have to transition out of this for Don's sake.
But like magic, it's funny you asked me that because I got asked that recently about magic. But I said I believe in illusions, like things that are complex to the mind,
Right.
and I think maybe that's what magic is like the illusion.
It's the illusion.
Like ignorance is bliss type shit, where it's like you don't know the magic trick, so it's dope, you know?
Yeah, right.
Everything
right.
happens behind the scenes, so it's like, oh shit.
You ever been to like one of those card reading people?
No. Have
tarot
you?
Card? No, I always think about going. For some reason, I used to live in this part of town in Denver, and they would have like one on it, like every other block.
Really?
Yeah, there was like 3 like within like this like 5-mile vicinity.
A gypsy?
Almost. It would be like
Gypsies?
tarot card readers.
In our Christian town?
It'd be like tarot card readers or whatever. Get your fortune told. Some other shit, but I was always it would say like psychic.
Yeah. Psychic readings.
Yeah.
You know what? Loki, I've been wanting to get an orb to ponder.
What the fuck is that?
It's just like those crystal balls. I've been wanting to get one just to like
It's the most Caucasian thing you've said on this podcast.
ponder, and then maybe the magic inside of me will awaken if I ponder this orb. You know what I mean? And I channel.
You just pulled that shit out of your ass, didn't you know?
Of course not, man.
Wait, what did I say on the pod where I was like, no, I was texting you. I was like, we say this every time on the pod. Oh yeah, letting it slide.
I was gonna let that slide, Mister.
I think it started with an X, or you called it yay ye, and he called it out. And
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I was gonna let my man down slide. I was gonna let him live.
Right. Does he not go by many names?
I guess so. What do you think about him being in the club in Houston with Sauce Walker? What do you think about him buying a house right across the street from Kim Kardashian?
Oh man, I feel like my boy's down bad.
Yeah, I feel like he's down bad too.
Down bad, and she's probably not with Pete Davidson anymore, right? Or is she?
I don't know, nor do I care. Fuck that.
Right, for real. I also don't care. You know what I mean? What part of me just doesn't give a fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
what
also,
did you say once these artists get rich, they're out of touch?
Right. What about the saying, "Don't meet your heroes"? You know what I mean? Where it's this is us seeing every aspect of our hero. You know what I mean? And it's like maybe he's too well documented, or he's just too far gone. I don't know.
I do love Kanye.
But he's too well documented, and he has too much money. He has too much fame, and he's like I've been saying, my theory and my hypothesis is that the more money you get, the less connected you are to the people you were originally writing music for when you start out. You know what I mean?
I just don't know how true that is, because his music just keeps getting better and better. Like
Jesus Walks.
Dog. Jesus Walks and Jesus is King are two
Name
different things.
name
Jesus Walks.
name
is a
any
song.
track from Kid See Ghosts.
Kid See Ghosts.
Name two more tracks from Kid See Ghosts.
Okay, Kid See Ghosts is pretty good. I can't name any tracks, but I'm not
Okay.
a track namer.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm what's it called? Hazing you.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes I listen to songs and I don't remember the name of the song.
Fair enough. Cuddy Montage. Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
That's on Kid See Ghosts. I like that, but it's mostly Kid Cudi.
It's mostly Kid Cudi.
But what happened to Kid Cudi, bro? What the fuck happened
like
to Kid Cudi, bro?
I don't know what song it was, but he was Kanye was just going in. He's like, he said something, and I felt that shit. And I remember it being on Kid See Ghosts, so.
Okay, bet. It might
all I
even
can
be
say
Cuddy
about
Montage.
It might be.
But more importantly, like, Kid Cudi is another good example. Fucking what?
Are we just mad that he's wearing a dress?
Man on the Moon 3. Did you enjoy it? Did you listen to it?
I didn't listen to it at all.
Right. Versus Man on the Moon 1, a fucking classic, soundtrack to my life. Solo Dolo, Day and Night.
Yeah.
Fucking
He's got some bangers.
slappers, all right? Ding Dong Hongalaroos, all right? And as of Man on the Moon 3, Shots to Heaven, right? Shooting at Heaven, or Shots in the Sky. I can't even fucking remember the name. By Design.
Yo, that song that he was playing in that video though was kind of fire.
That one video, what are you talking about?
That one video where he's in the dress off the Casamigos.
You think that was fire? That was
song?
just like where he's like this and he has the pink hair.
Not his image, the song.
That's his song.
The song playing.
Okay. I'm like,
Damn, dog, how high are you?
I'm like, I was trying. I got you. I
He
was
was
like,
trying to bamboozle my ass.
yeah.
It's okay. Sometimes I try to bamboozle you too. That dog. I used to always try to bamboozle your ass, and then I wouldn't take a loss. I'd be like, dude, in a conversation.
Yeah. You couldn't stand it.
I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't fucking stand it. I remember one time we got all that Gatorade shit without you.
Oh.
We left class for like the entirety of class, and then came back with like chocolate bars and shit like
Fuck
that.
you guys.
And then you started taking markers, and you're just like, and you're like 3 or 4 markers, and you were fucking throwing them hard as fuck. And I'm like, fuck you. You were so fucking mad.
Hey.
Good times.
Why was I so mad? I don't know.
I don't think you wanted to be in class. That's why.
Yeah, it's a miserable existence, honestly.
If we just sifted through his car, like.
We're gonna have to get on the podcast now. Since we
I feel
name
bad
dropped
for
so
talking on
much.
her name. I'm sorry. You are a saint. You are a saint.
We just need someone on the pod.
Yeah. We gotta figure out
We
that.
need a Jamie. We need a Jamie.
Fair enough.
How do you think Jamie feels whenever the guest is always like, "Hey, Jamie, pull that up"?
Or like somebody, it'll be like the most random people. It's not like, it's like Snoop Dogg was like, he's like, yo man, you're really fucking tight, you know what I mean? And then there was this other archaeologist dude, and he's like, yeah, Jamie, can you go to the third one on the left right there? And then I was just like,
Right.
in my mind,
I think we might have been watching the same one.
the
right?
impact one, and it was like the Sahara Desert and the ripples and shit like that.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was fucking crazy. We should
Wait,
fucking
wait,
talk
was-
about that.
Were you talking about the Sahara Desert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that shit fucking crazy?
That is
bro?
crazy, but
Did you watch Don't Look Up on Netflix?
no. But
Okay.
one thing at a time.
Okay.
But on that podcast, every 5 minutes he was like, "Hey Jamie, look this up." I was so distracted that I was like, "Yo, if I was Jamie, I would have punched this dude in the face." Straight up. I'd be like, "Nigga, you are not my boss." I would take his mic. I'd be like, "You are not my boss."
Just like turn his volume all the way down or something like that.
I'd be looking at Joe like,
Staring
Do
above-
you hear this? Like,
Because you know nobody can see you, so you're just like.
right. If I was Jamie, I'd be taking a deep breath, and he always comes off so cool every time. But I would just
Yeah.
be like, bro. Like, I know this is my job.
You could tell when Jamie gets irritated too. Jamie does get like, he's like, no, like this is what I'm talking about. Like sometimes he be having an
Right.
attitude.
And then sometimes Joe be having an attitude like, hey Jamie, why isn't this up? And
He's like,
and
yeah,
then
what
Jamie's
the
like, yo, I'm finding it, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine how much pressure Jamie's under.
He's like, I'm fucking looking for it. Yeah, like,
Imagine how much pressure he's under.
and he's supposed to be like that every single time. Yeah,
Yeah, we need someone to bully and pressure like that. Like, hey, yo, pull this up.
for real. Like, can you imagine how like one of us would have to be dedicated to that the whole time? You know what I mean?
Right, that's why it was just like, fuck it, we're doing no funds on the podcast.
Yeah.
'Cause one of us is gonna get sucked into looking something up. I think one time we paused the pod just to look something up. I think we did that.
Yeah, we can do that.
But we're not going to. It's a lot funnier when it's off the
Off kill.
just off the dome.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. That's why we can't hold one conversation about Ghislaine Maxwell. We cannot put a button on that goddamn topic.
Damn. But that is what the
That's
Mac and
the
Don show
glory
is.
of podcasting, and that's why I love it.
The Mac and Don show is definitely off the dome. Okay.
That's what I like.
Straight off the dome.
Hell yeah. All right, what else we about to get into? These twisted teas are goddamn delicious. I don't know who invented these.
I'll drink to that.
Hell yeah.
Fucking. Can we talk about that impact?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think what he was saying was, at one point in time, the Sahara Desert wasn't a desert, and it was like the opposite.
Right. It was an ocean at one point. Like
An ocean.
Yeah, or like every.
I think it was like maybe like a rainforest. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was an ocean.
Yeah, but there was evidence of water. Like
Okay,
those
yeah,
big,
yeah,
those
for
big
sure,
like
for sure.
sediment deposits and stuff like that. There was like
Right.
so much evidence, and he was just like, "I've reached out to so and so. I've reached out to so and so. You can verify it with
Right.
doctors."
I think it's
such
just-
and such.
I think it's just mind blowing to think that like.
That shit wiped out the dinosaurs.
But I think what they're suggesting, and like when dudes like that, I think his name was like Jimmy Corsetti or something.
Yeah.
But like when dudes like that and Graham Hancock and fucking something Carlson, Randall Carlson, and like these like super smart geological geological. You know, those smart ass dudes with the rocks and shit.
Yeah, archaeologists.
Archaeologists.
Yeah.
Geologists.
Geologists. There you go. Mr. Nell. Shout out to Mr. Nell.
Yeah. One day we're gonna stop talking about high school on the pod.
One day. Hey, we just gotta blow up. That's all. We're just gonna blow up. Okay?
Anyways, what was I saying? God damn it.
Geologists.
When it comes to these dudes, I think overall what they're trying to say is some real crazy shit, and the overarching theme is humans were doing some crazy, super dope shit. Like we were goddamn almost superhuman. And then some crazy shit happened, whether it be a flood or...
He was talking about Atlantis too, right? There was like
right.
There's a civilization that was like near water or something like. That's why I was like, there's huge like water deposits, and it just fucking got like, there was a huge city of people.
Right, but we were also able to build the pyramids, to build the Sphinx,
exactly,
and like things we can't even replicate today. Like we have like all this technology and things like that. We can't replicate the pyramids.
Yeah,
we can't replicate ancient.
You could definitely
architecture at all. Period. Like you see, fucking bridges fall down all the time in America. Like you see things like this fall down all the time. You see cracks on the road. We can't keep fucking I-25 clean for more than a year. Like without all these bumpy roads. You go to Rome and all these other places, the pyramids, whatever like the ancient part of the world is. None of this shit. It's obviously ran down, but it's still up. It's not gonna come down anytime soon. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like that.
And there's like centuries and centuries, 10,000 plus years old. Right. Like they knew something we didn't know. We can't even build a bridge that'll fucking stay for more than 150 years.
They were super advanced.
Like you know what I'm saying?
As far as like,
to have been advanced.
Even if like, let's say it was a bunch of people, like they knew the math to be able to do it sound and structurally. You know what I mean? Like
they knew something we didn't. Or they were built different. Something about those people was different than us.
I can agree with that.
And they were somehow superior.
Right.
Something happened where there was an earthquake, a flood, fire, whatever the fuck it was. Wiped out.
Asteroid hitting the Earth.
Right. Asteroid hitting the Earth. All that shit. And basically, we're what's left.
You should definitely watch Don't Look Up on Netflix. It was with Leonardo DiCaprio, fucking Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi, Jennifer Lawrence, Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games.
I saw it on there. I didn't know if I wanted to watch it or not.
Dude, you have to. You have to. My mom was like, I really think you should watch it. You should watch it. And
but to go back to my point, imagine if some crazy shit like that happened right now.
Right.
And it like wiped out like it was like Thanos happened right now. Wiped out like half the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We would be building it. Whoever's left, we would be building our civilization on top of the ruins of that civilization
with whatever we built up from.
Right.
You would have to pass it on to your children.
So that's basically like
what happened to us, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because imagine it's just me and you, right? And it's the end of the world. And all we have is the knowledge that we've had from school. You know what I mean? School and life, right? And then you gotta build from scratch. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I think that's what they mean, like send them back to the Stone Age. You know what I mean? Like you just fuck them up so bad that it's like they're back to fucking twiddling on rocks. They're like, I don't know how to make paper. Do you know how to make paper? You know what I mean? So it's like, how would you journal and log everything? I mean, you could probably just find paper, right. But let's say hypothetically there wasn't none. You know what I mean? Or just simple shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we wouldn't know how to do everything. You know, there was probably a lot of shit that got lost.
Right. I don't know. Just whenever I listen to those podcasts, I'm just like, my mind is fucking literally blown. Like my mind gets fucked in 10 different positions every time.
You've been to the Science and Nature Museum, right?
Maybe.
In Denver?
Yes.
The big one. It's like there's a space thing.
I'm pretty sure.
There's a mummy thing, like all kinds of shit. I went there recently. Not recently, but like I think within the past couple of years, I went there, and like all the shit that is just fucking blows your mind. Like they show you the timeline of Earth, and it's like Earth at one point was just like rainforest everywhere. You know what I mean? And like all the scales of things, and it was like millions and millions of years ago, and you just like that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like things you didn't even know, little shit. You know what I mean? And museums are.
It also like makes you put in perspective how maybe like meaningless, but like how small your existence is.
You definitely feel small after that because it's like
you're just like, dang.
Even humans haven't been around that long. You know what I mean?
You're just thinking like
trees have been
10,000 years. Like that doesn't even like register in my mind. Like how long that is.
Because we're still like cavemen. You know what I mean? Because
Are we though?
There are trees that have been around.
I feel like we're basically a different species than a caveman.
Yeah, I hear you, but we're like right above a caveman, right? You know what I mean? So we're not like 10 variations above a caveman, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like we're pretty close, so we're still pretty dumb is what I mean by that, you know? Because
I mean,
there are trees.
I think at the core of like what we are pretty dumb.
I'm sure there are trees and like rocks and like shit like that have been around longer than mankind has even been a thing.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure,
mean?
for sure.
So it's like that makes me feel small. Is like just the concept that humans haven't even been around that long. You know, we're kind of just like almost like guinea pigs for everything.
For sure.
I feel like that's why we experience life the way we do is because we're so primitive in a way. We're like cavemen with technology, you know what I mean?
But if we were like ethereal beings,
exactly,
we would just.
I feel like that would be like phase 10. Instead, we're like at phase 2.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like. Yeah, you're probably right. I feel like.
Evolution.
Yeah, I feel like we're evolving to be like that, like with woke people. Like,
we were born in an age that just like is booming. Like things were not booming until recently, and that's like I feel like
you're right. Like things are moving so fast. Like right now, like it's like exponential growth.
Yeah, like it's a very high curve, and I feel like.
But like to my earlier point, we're still not to the point of like what those like ancient people were doing.
Yeah, exactly. You think so? Even with I feel like phones already like the concept of a phone would blow their fucking minds.
It would blow their mind, but the concept of a pyramid blows our minds.
It's the little
fucking
things.
Blows our fucking minds.
I mean, I feel like we have surpassed them, whoever they were. You know what I mean?
I don't know if we've surpassed them. I think we've surpassed them in certain ways.
In the last 20 years, we're literally at the booming age of like technology and every thing. Like, imagine,
yeah, but Don, they had a different type of technology. Like, I don't think you're understanding.
They don't have robots and shit like that.
Yeah,
like
they don't.
Flying cars and planes.
They have something to where they're building.
Imagine showing them a plane.
Do you know about
a plane?
Do you know about Göbekli Tepe? Göbekli Tepe?
Like a king of Egypt?
No.
Pharaoh?
No.
It's
not a person. Oh. It's a fucking. It's a.
Testing my history.
I really don't want to pull my phone.
No
out
phone.
Right now, I really want to show you. It's like these like. I don't even want to go into it. Never mind. We're not even gonna go into it right now because I can't show you a picture. I'm gonna show you a picture, and then on the next podcast we're gonna re-bring this up.
Okay.
Let's see. No phones on the fucking podcast.
No fucking phones on the pod.
No phones on the pod. All right, we near an hour. You want to wrap it up, or you want to keep going?
Man, it's quite chilly.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh God. We need that fireplace.
Facts. My boy Don's gonna get a fireplace.
Yeah.
And we gonna be potted for hours after that.
Yes, sir. We're gonna be roasting weenies back here.
Roasting weenies.
We should do that. That would be a funny way to start the pod.
Yeah, it just opens up with this literally roasting weenies.
We got 2 weenies and we're like poking each other. People are gonna start thinking we're really fucking gay. Nobody's gonna watch our pod.
All the gays would watch our pod.
Oh.
We'd be a staple for gay culture if
we would lean into our niche.
Yeah, if Mac and Don were gay, we would be the hottest gays in town.
Headline: If Mac and Don were gay.
We would literally be the gays.
We just need to get popular and people will start doing that for us.
Being gay first? What?
Drawing pictures of us together.
Dang, you think our fans are some weirdos like that?
If
Some
we were
real
popular
freaks?
enough, hell yeah,
Some real freaks?
hell yeah, bro.
That's okay.
No doubt,
No doubt.
no doubt, no diggity, no fucking doubt.
No doubt, no diggity. All right. We wrapping it up.
Yeah, I mean, might as well, cuz.
It's been another episode of the Mac and Don Show. What number is this? This is probably like
Set or 19. I think this will be 19 because we
19.
did a few. We did a few.
We've done a few pods.
Thank you for watching this. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
If you got this far.
If you got this far, we appreciate you. We did a lot of rambling this episode. But
Yeah.
but I like it like that.
Yeah,
I like it like that. Shout out Ghislaine Maxwell.
Loose.
Free Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ooh.
We on the free Ghislaine Maxwell train, baby.
That's the out of pocket thing of the
Fuck
day.
them kids.
Ooh.
And Mac and Don out.